Hey creators, welcome back to the club. The Black Creators Club is your go-to resource for all the movers and shakers in Black Hollywood. And as you can see today, we are switching it up. Akila and I are actually in the same room tonight. I am so excited.
COVID negative. Same room.
Okay, we are going to be giving you guys our Maven and Maven check-in, and then we have covered the Emmys for you guys. So everyone in Black Hollywood, we're going to be discussing, talking about, letting you know what is happening. I hope you guys like our outfits and like our backdrop. But you know what? Right now, and then you know what? The BCC spotlight, that is everything. That True. Is the Emmys. So it's all Emmys. All Emmys covers for y'all. So Akila, what is going on with you?
Oh my gosh, girl. First of all, it's good to see you in the flesh. It's amazing.
Not to mention, we're reporting live from her new apartment.
Yes. Apartment, studio, whatever you want it to be.
Yes.
She is every woman.
She's very cute. She is very cute. Akila did her thing in 1 week, y'all.
Very cute.
Yes.
Thank you, boo. I love it. I may do a little tour later on, but I don't know. We gonna see. We'll see. In general, though, things have been good this past week. I think the major adjustment, you see, last week I covered on the fact that I got braids. Update. There's a lot that happened this past week. In Diary, I'm not right here. Okay. But I was telling Emmy, like, it's crazy when you first get it done and you're like, you know, going through the motions, you know it's going to hurt the first day, the first 2 days. The third day, I was like, okay, Jesus rose on the third day, but I'm still here with a burning scalp, everything. And I thought I did everything right, you know. Apple cider vinegar beforehand, whatever else.
I've never heard of that.
Yes,
Okay.
You have to dilute it with apple cider vinegar. Like, all the tricks, because I know in general, like, I wanted this to last, but then I realized, you know, I'm too grown to be dealing with this. You know what? I'm really too grown. It hurts. My mom is not forcing me to have it in. Take it out. It's time. And so I spent this week, cut off my hair, did my thing, obviously unpacked fully, and we're just gonna rock it out for a little while longer.
Ain't she cute though? She's still cute.
Yes.
Radio braids, girl, still cute.
There it is. Fine gal, no pimples. That's what we're doing.
The Caribbean, y'all.
We be jumping out of her. Jumping out every now and then. Jumping out. But yeah, so I'm just rocking my own hair right now. Just living my life, like doing that. You know, every now and then I like to pop out with a blonde look, so you might see that. But that's been this week. I feel like between that and just getting my place settled and like feeling like peaceful when I walk in the door, like that's been my life this week. What about you, Ebony? What's going on?
Well, you guys see Diana is back.
Yes.
Okay, Diana is back. Got the dress.
Love to see
We're
it.
both dressed up and fabulous tonight.
Yeah.
Let's see what else you guys say. I'm looking at my notes, but let's see, what was I doing this week? There was a lot.
And so much.
I was watching on Amazon Prime. So yeah, I was really, my friends know, I've been trying to work on getting my black card. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it. I'm really trying to earn it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's given to me.
Right, you got it.
Unapologetically black, but you know, I'm trying to earn it. So I watched 2 movies. I watched Two Can Play That Game with Vivica A. Fox.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good. It was so good. I never seen it. And then I saw, what was the other one? It was, what was the other one? Motives I've never seen. Motives. And that one, it was like some murder. It had like Shamar Moore in it. Some murder mystery type mess. I was like, oh man. Yes, for the old 90s movies. I'm so here for them. I love it. I'm glad that I was finally catching up on them.
Right.
And I also started watching a new show on Netflix called Ratchet. Ratchet?
Right.
Ratchet.
I don't know.
I think it's right. She says her name is Ratchet, so that's what it is, you guys.
I don't know how I feel about Ratchet. Ratchet, but is it a good show?
It's a little ratchet.
Right.
It's a little ratchet. It was funny. I was watching it today, and my mom came in the room, and she was like, "Oh, this looks so much like Hollywood," the show that's also on Netflix. And so I was like, "Mom, you're so right. It's colorful. There's a lot of. It's very cinematic, almost like cartoon-ish, if that makes sense. And like the outfits are on fire. Everything. The fashion looks amazing. I looked up. Ryan Murphy is the common denominator between the both of them. So he created Hollywood. Yeah. And then he also was, I think, like an executive producer on Ratchet. So that makes sense. I was like,
I love when you can see the thread between, like, if someone's been on it, like, they're really putting their stamp there. You can tell, like, okay, this person is the same from here, or they were on the same team. Because it doesn't happen a lot of times.
Yeah, he's very stylized. Yes, right? I feel like you can definitely tell what his work is, which isn't a bad thing, necessarily.
Trademark.
You know? Yeah, absolutely.
That's great.
Well, let's get into
our day today, which has been
our day has been great. We've been setting up. We've been drinking champagne. In fact, cheers to my co-host
to Emmy's 2020.
Y'all. Okay, well, what did you think about the Emmys? First of all, how do you think it looked overall the way it was filmed?
Oh, I thought they did an amazing job. Like, especially when some of the folks came out and were presenting and you saw like the Emmys backdrop and everything. It seemed very put together, very planned out. I think Jimmy Kimmel did amazing as a host. I thought overall I really loved it. I thought like, what the shit is Schitt's Creek is happening. I was like, what is the shit? Creek. But for the most part, I thought they did. I thought it was incredible.
Yeah, I mean, Schitt's Creek really swept the floor tonight with every single category. I mean, best comedy, best supporting actress, best director. I mean, the list goes on.
On and on.
15 nominations, and they won nine total.
Wins.
That's more
crazy.
than half.
It's historic. It's historic. And so we were watching it together, which was also great. Like being able to watch it together and everything. And I feel like for me, it was definitely a moment to say, well, we got to find out more about the backdrop. Like, who gets to vote? How are they voting? And everything. Because we were talking and saying, like, there's no way. Like, who was on the voting committee 9 times?
And this is my thing. I'm not hating on Schitt's Creek because it's a funny show. It has, its moments. It's quirky, right? However, I do not think that it was 9 Emmy worthy. That's just my opinion. I mean, best acting, best supporting acting, best directing. I mean, there are so many other people in the category that I felt like could have won
so many great folks.
Some of those Emmys. And, at some point I was almost like, dang, spread the love. But if you deserve it, you deserve it.
Exactly.
I want to give you that.
We're not even going to and it's not even to say we're bashing Schitt's Creek or saying like, they don't deserve it in a sense. In some cases, I'm really going to toe the line there and be like, you know what? There are a lot of better shows out there.
Yeah. But
I don't know if it was just the hype around this being their finale, their final season, where folks were just like, we're not going to get another chance to show them how much this series meant to us. So let's just go for it this time around. I think that's kind of what they did. They were like, this is the last season. So.
Right. And I think I also mentioned to you, Akila, I was like, I wonder who, like you said, the voting committee.
Yes.
And if we had more people of color on the voting committee, would we see different results, right? Because I personally feel like if it was a whole bunch of us on the panel, I personally don't feel like Schitt's Creek would have won 9 Emmys.
I would have given them we knew it's a classic. Go ahead, Canada, do your thing.
Right. But I think it's like a taste. It's a tasting, and I know that there's probably procedures and things that they go through as to like why they're picking these certain why they're picking these certain shows to win, right? However, I do personally feel like if there was more of us, we would see more of a different variety because I just don't think our comedy style as Black people matches.
And that's perhaps why not only shocked but also like, was it really that funny? Like we were saying, and I'm going to give it another chance. Like obviously after this, I'll watch more than the few episodes that I have in the past, but it's one of those shows that when I saw it, I was like, okay, this is cool. Like great writing for sure. Great writing, awesome run. Definitely built not only a cult following, but a general following.
It's hard to write comedy.
It's hard to write comedy. And they've done it well for 6 whole seasons. Right. But I do think, and it's not even to say, oh my gosh, Insecure should have won this and that. Because, it is what it is. I do think it's a great show, but it's okay if it wasn't them. But there were some other great shows. Like even the supporting actors, for Rami, Marcella, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but Marcella Ali, was great, I thought, in Rami. So different things where I'm like, just to give more of that voice or different voices an opportunity to be there. I thought it was interesting,
Because it was really like a top 3 that really swept the floor. It was Watchmen, it was Schitt's Creek,
and Succession.
And Succession.
So 2 HBO shows and 1 Pop TV, and I don't know, where else they got pulled into, but and it's interesting. I mean, Watchmen, a lot of folks are like, it's a black superheroes, that's awesome,
right?
But I wonder also if it's that kind of show where it's it's the kind of show that appeals to the masses in a sense, and that's why it kind of let's go for it versus this is a truly Black, person of color narrative, which I feel
we haven't seen.
We haven't really seen that. We've seen them finally nominated, so it's awesome.
There was a lot of
great nominations.
A lot of Black people nominated, that were great.
Yeah.
And speaking of people who were even missing from the Emmys, Vivica A. Fox revealed that she tested positive, and so did Juliana Rancic, which is why they were not at the Emmys today.
It's just crazy. It's crazy. This is real. All right. It's so real.
It's not going away anytime soon, apparently. We thought it was over. It's not over. It's not over till it's over. Okay?
Exactly.
Let's talk about Regina King.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about Regina King and her win. First, I have to say, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm really excited that she won. We were just talking about her last episode.
Yes.
What did you think about her win on Watchmen?
She's killing it. This is her time again. It's not like she's ever kind of faded away in the background, but this is kind of her revival in a sense. And I mean, she's rocking it. And I think she did amazing in Watchmen. Like, even from the first episode, her coming out in her all black fit and just, was it Lady of the Night? I think she plays. And so it's just, it's amazing.
Is Watchmen also on Netflix?
Watchmen is HBO. It's HBO. So HBO cleaned up between that, Euphoria, which we'll talk about, but
I don't have time, you guys.
Yes.
I don't have HBO. Okay, somebody help me with HBO. I don't have HBO.
Got you, girl. It's serious though, but I mean, I'm so excited for her.
Yes, Uzo also won.
Yes. For what was it for?
It was Miss
America on Hulu. Yes. And you know what their commonality was? They both wore those T-shirts for Brenna Taylor and just called her out with that. And I thought that was, incredible time to use
Black Hollywood really showed up. Even Anthony Anderson.
Yes.
He had a whole little bit that he did about being Black. He was like, the Emmys were supposed to be Black tonight. Yeah. But we couldn't even be together, I mean, I feel like Black Hollywood really showed up tonight at the Emmys, whether or not they won nominees and presenters. I would have to say,
Sterling K. Brown was there too with his BLM shirt. I mean, there was a lot of it needed to happen. It needed to happen, and I'm glad that they're stepping up and they're doing what needs to be done when it comes to just.
How do you feel about it not being just a movement? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the end of it, we've seen so much support from Hollywood with the BLM movement.
Yes.
What do you feel or take away from the fact that it's a continuous conversation that continues to happen even on such a worldwide televised
I feel like
award show?
It's one of those things where, not for the first time, but it's one of those few moments where you can easily tell that Hollywood is now reflecting what's happening in society. Because sometimes Hollywood is kind of that echo chamber or just kind of their own bubble, and they don't really seem like they really know what's happening. But I think because of social media, because of the seriousness of Black Lives Matter, the movement, the pledge, etc., you can't help but just be engulfed in it. And I think Hollywood is showing up in a way that we need them to and we want them to, because at the end of the day, they live here too. They're humans, they live here too, and they're experiencing this as well on their own fronts. And I'm glad it's being said. And I'm glad we're not the only ones saying it. Yes, we might have to be the ones to wear the shirts, but you know why we're wearing the shirts. We don't have to explain who Brenna Taylor is. We don't have to explain who BLM is.
Which is good.
It feels amazing.
Doesn't that feel good? But you could just be BLM. People get it.
People get it.
And for the most part, I feel like as Black women, Black men, we're always constantly explaining ourselves and having to be like, why do you have your hair like this? Why do you dress like this? Why do you talk like this? Why? There's always so much explaining that happens being a Black person in America. So for something to be so wide ranged, right? And for people to just understand and know, it feels so good to know that we're being heard and seen.
But at the same time, it kind of goes back to now, well, what next? Because usually we're at phase one, just expression, awareness, marching, etc. But now it's like, okay, people get it. What's that phase 2 situation? And that's where we're in. It's like, what now? What next? And, we'll see if Hollywood leads a charge. It's grassroots, whatever. But I'm glad that at least it's being said.
Yes.
At least it's being said.
Speaking of things being said, Her did an amazing tribute to Chadwick Boseman.
True.
Right? I think she was the only performer that we saw.
The only one.
I mean, I love her.
Yes.
I am such a fan of her.
Can't not be.
Sure, her voice is beautiful, and not only that, it's like she always comes with a message.
Yes,
with her music.
Yes,
it's always a message. It's always something where you're like, when you listen to her, you feel like you've taken away something. She's giving you something. It's not always like giving, you're receiving.
And it's also good to see her in this light, because when you think of tributes, let's not lie. We think of let's say Jennifer Hudson, or someone else who's doing the tribute,
big,
So to see her in this regard doing a tribute, I was kind of like, okay, I appreciate it. It was a Prince song that she sang. You know, obviously she got to, you know, everyone was in the building, but regarding to, you know, Black voices or Black lives that we lost to, Chadwick Boseman did this tribute to him as well, and having his snippet of the speech that he did, I think, at Howard or so was
right.
It was great.
It was great. It was really great. Tyler Perry.
Oh, yes.
Tyler Perry won the Governor's Award.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Tyler Perry.
Yes.
Now, I feel like a lot of people have some negative things to say about this man.
If they still do.
However, I would have to say this man was broke.
Yes.
And in his car,
Lambo,
okay,
convertible.
He spent his own money like that. I think that part gets brushed away.
Yeah.
I don't feel like people really truly understand how much it really takes to put a production together.
Yes.
Right? Like even putting together our little set today, like it takes money, and it's money that's not being funded.
Yes.
So if he's putting on full productions like Diary of a Mad Black Woman, which is one of my favorite movies.
So good. Okay. So good. It's BT's favorite too. I see that every Saturday, every other Saturday. It's on there. But for good reason.
But for good reason, right? Like I love that movie. The fact that he funded it with his own money. I mean, granted, he's been doing the plays, and that's what got him to the movie.
Even that channel, like, you know, when he was talking about the plays and how, you know, he thought the first one would sell out at thousands of folks, and it was only 30 people.
30 people showed up. What a disappointment.
Yeah.
What a disappointment. That is easy to give up, right?
Yeah, and you're putting your art and your work on the line, too. So it is easy to give up, and I'm glad he didn't, but... You know, it's really a reminder, even for us, everyone at their own segments of life, whether you're in the arts or not, to just keep going, like have a vision and stick to that. And I think just what he's been able to do and symbolize is just incredible. Down to his studios, you know, the purchase of his studios.
Absolutely. And I would say, if any lesson you get from Tyler Perry, it's like never give up. One, two. Forge your own way, because that's exactly what he did. He didn't wait for someone to give him an opportunity to be like, oh, your play's so great, or oh, this movie's great, let me put it into production. He did it on his own and then showed Hollywood like, all right, look at how good this is. Look at, people are showing up. Right. People are coming to me for this character that I created. Put me on the big screen.
Right, absolutely.
And then Tyler Perry Productions, and now he has a full studio. Oprah is his bestie. Like, I mean, right? It's like, can life get any better? You live in a mega mansion with millions and billions of dollars. You don't even know what to do with yourself.
Off his own thoughts. You know what I mean? It's off your own
What
thoughts.
a validation.
Like, can you imagine?
What a validation that is.
And I'm glad that he was validated tonight, too, with the Governor's Award. Like, it's great. It's great to see.
Black excellence all night long, you guys. And continuing on the Black excellence train, Zendaya.
Ooh,
let's talk about
Zendaya.
Right, she was Euphoria.
Yes.
Which you guys, I only saw one episode, and it was the last episode. So again, I didn't know what was going on, but she was great in it.
When Euphoria, that first episode came out, we were like, "This is the one." Outstanding.
Leading actress. That's what she won for.
And she absolutely deserved it. I think it was one of those shows that kind of captured an entire audience. This is pre-COVID too, when folks, you know, had a plethora of things to do and decided collectively, like, Euphoria was one of those shows that we're all gonna, you know, watch. And so folks did, and it was great. It's very deep, very dark, you know, all of that. And so she deserved it. I'm glad she got it too. Obviously always looking stylish, but Zendaya killed it.
Doesn't she always? She killed it. Another person was Yahya Abdul for supporting actor in Watchmen.
Yes,
he won an Emmy, which is very exciting.
It's exciting.
It is. Kerry Washington won her first Emmy. You guys, I can't believe this is her first Emmy.
I can't believe it either.
I can't believe it.
Scandal? Like, what? How does not happen?
So she won it for American Son.
Okay.
And I was literally like this for Little Fires Everywhere.
I know. What a good limited series. Like, that was so good. I even got my mom hooked on that. It was such a good, so good. If you haven't, that's all we have to say. It's so good. It's so good. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it.
You need to watch it. It was so good. I was like, yes. Like, But they were really cute because they came onto the screen and they were like, let's just do 2021. Like, forget 2020. They had like the glasses on. They had like a whole little Zoom party.
Yes.
It was very cute. So I was very excited about that. But let's talk about the fashion.
The fashion. Yes. Let's do it.
The fashion was great. Oh, also shout out to Dave Chappelle and Eddie Murphy because they also won Emmys.
Yes. And that was Eddie Murphy's first Emmy as well, too, right? For hosting Saturday Night Live and, a lot of firsts. It's confusing, but it's also like, better late than never, I guess.
And that's the thing, right? And it's late. It's late. Yeah, you would think someone who's like in their 50s would already have several Emmys, especially
of that caliber.
The time that they put in, the work, the hours, everything.
Yes.
The producing, the directing, everything that they would have one, and they don't. But again, that I think this also shows the times are changing.
The times are changing.
Right? Like,
the times are changing.
Things are different now, so people are starting to recognize and see talent not just as
supporters or
supporting or even reflecting of themselves, right? Whoever's voting.
Yes.
You're not just like voting on stuff that like looks like you, feels good, and it feels comfortable.
Absolutely.
You're voting on things that actually matter, that people are liking, that you're listening to. So I think that also is helping make a difference.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see in 2021, but this is great.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the fashion now. I'm so excited about the fashion because let's start with Zendaya because she was the first one on my mind. She had 2 looks for the night.
Yes.
She was looking amazing.
Amazing.
So the first one was black and purple. It was like a tight bodice with like a purple. It kind of like went out. Yeah. Like to kind of give her a little hourglass.
A little more of an hourglass. Yes, exactly.
It was so cute.
I loved it. But I honestly, that was a great number that's what she presented in. But what she won in, that was a winning look. I was just a sucker for the polka dots that she had. She had a cutout as well. I think it was basically like a shimmery crop. Glittery crop, and then a polka dot skirt or a dress that kind of flowed with it. And it was just amazing.
You guys, we're going to post all of the looks on our Instagram so that you can see what we're talking about.
Yes.
So that you're not just, lost. So you can follow along on our Instagram when we're talking about these looks.
Yes.
Let's talk about Regina King.
Regina King in her blue number with the embellishments.
Yes.
That was great. We're looking at notes too because I want to make sure we get some of the designers. We shout them out if we can. Daniel Rossberry made her number. It was like a couture look from Daniel Rossberry. It was cute. I liked her poses, I think, versus the fit itself. But I liked the color looked amazing on her.
The color looked great.
Color looked great on her. The embellishments were awesome. I loved her poses, and
I think it's hard when you don't have a red carpet because I think that the red carpet really would have done her in with the look, the train of it all. It was like kind of a high-low puff situation, and I feel like on the red carpet it really would have read well on camera, and so. It's a little disappointing, but the photos that she did serve us were fabulous.
Fabulous.
Yes. It was great.
So good.
Who's that?
Yes, Yvonne Orji. Yvonne Orji had her red dress with sequins from Ozzy and Asta.
Yes.
Which was cute.
It was cute. And I like her little short haircut.
Yes. I think that's what made the look, to be honest. I think she had like a Black Lives Matter fist. Well, really not Black Lives Matter, but like just a black fist really just like engraved into her head as well. And I loved the whole look together.
It was cute. It was very dramatic.
It was
she
dramatic.
Had a whole shoulder, one shoulder vibe. I think that was the night.
Oh, yes.
I mean, in the vibe with the one
you
shoulder.
Were on the trend.
Yeah,
on the trend. Yeah, let's talk about, Ebene's wearing her lime green number, neon number. It's, one-sided. It looks amazing. It's a great fit. I love it.
Fashion Nova. You guys, tonight I'm wearing Fashion Nova.
Yes.
Are you wearing?
Tonight I'm wearing Miss Misguided, honey. Couture. It's a white number.
Oh, we're a fool, y'all.
We're a fool. And you guys helped us pick it out because we posted a little earlier what should we wear for the Emmys just to make it a bigger night for us as well.
So thank you guys
for
helping us with our outfit picks tonight.
With the picks. Really enjoyed it. We also had Yara Shahidi, who had a beautiful feather dress, like it was feather at the top, sequins at the bottom.
Yeah, very jeweled.
Very jeweled. At first, wasn't really...
We were both kind of thrown off by the look, I think. It was the hair, for me, that didn't match the dress.
Yes.
Like, maybe if she did, like, a side part pulled back with, like, a low bun.
Yeah.
And the baby hair.
I was going to say, like, what you're
right. Kind of like how Diana
did Diana.
Yes. But, yeah, even, like, a Diana would have been cute. Or even, like, a bun would have been cute.
Yes.
With the baby hairs that she always pulls.
Always
pops.
pulls. Always pulls.
But I feel like the braids for me.
As separate, it looked really, really great.
Right.
I mean,
but together, we weren't feeling it.
I wasn't sold.
Who was your designer?
I didn't even write it down. I was really just like, all right. But I mean, beautiful nonetheless, but that wasn't the look for me.
Right.
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Ooh, she looks beautiful in her gold. She serves me all day.
I mean, Tracy does no wrong. You know, she had, I think it was Alexandre Vautier. It had a metallic dress. She pretty much looked like the Emmy statue. She had the red carpet look when she did her photos. It was very, very cute. Great number.
Very cute. Mm-hmm. That was a good number.
Great number. And you know who killed it? Who dropped it down? 10s across the board. Who is that? Billy Porter. I was like, 10s across the board. There it is.
I knew you were going to say Billy Porter serves me life every time I see him on the red carpet.
Every time. He said the carpet is in his home, but I'm still gonna do it because that's what he does. And you know, when you just love fashion, it shows. And when you just love styling, it shows. And I think he's a person who really just enjoys the art of getting dressed up. And
I think so too.
Yeah.
And I also feel like once you get a little money, honey,
it shows.
Listen.
And yeah, so I mean, Billy was just amazing. And it just shows. And he was wearing Ashi Studio, a custom design, because of course it had to be custom for him. It was all white. You were talking like how it looked like Mother of the Bride-ish.
Yes, it did. It gave me Mother of the Bride, but not in a bad way. I feel like Mother of the Bride gives a bad vibe that it was like frumpy. No, it was like
I'm the lover of the bride.
Right. It was like Patti LaBelle, like vibes of Mother of the Bride. Like she snatched, honey. She came with her pearls. She came with her bag. Don't play with her because she has on Gucci. Okay, so she was. Yeah, no. It wasn't like a frumpy Mother of the Bride. No. It was like a cute mom that had it together. She
all together and just proud of the moment that she was in. And loved it.
Billy Porter.
Yes. So hey guys, you know, we really work hard to do this show, and the best way you can repay us or support us is just to share the show with a friend. You like what you're seeing so far, you like what you're listening to, follow along with us at the Black Creators Club on all social media platforms. We're mainly on Instagram though, let's not lie. Mainly there.
We're working on
everything else. So be our first responders when it comes to Twitter, when it comes to YouTube, etc. We just love doing this. And so if you have any questions or even cool news to share related to entertainment, related to Black Hollywood, give us a shout. Email us at theblackcreatorsclub@gmail.com. And yeah, I mean, looking forward to just more great episodes.
Yes, the episodes continue.
Yes.
Roll, Akila.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Tell us what else is next on the agenda.
You know, we covered the Emmys, but I feel like what I really want to know from you
Tell me, girl.
From all of this, great content up and down that we talked about, what shows would you watch or show that you think you're going to watch after the Emmys that you're like, you know what, let me give this a chance?
All of them. You guys?
Oh.
This is what happened. I feel like this happens to me every single year I watch the Emmys or an award show where I'm like, oh my God, what? Like Moonlight, right? Like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whenever it was.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what is this Moonlight business? And I just watched it recently because it is on Netflix.
Like just now watching Moonlight.
I'm just watching Moonlight.
What?
I'm just now catching up. You guys, I'm going to need y'all to get on the schedule that I'm on, which is Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, and cable.
Yes.
So if you ain't got none of that, I can't watch it. So like HBO, I don't have. So a lot of the shows at One Tonight I cannot see. So if you have a login, call your girl.
I may have to call you up. Listen, I need you to get on it.
Okay, because I really want to do Watchmen.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to do what was the one that won? The three
Succession.
That
one you have to do.
I've heard so much about that. I really want to watch that. Schitt's Creek is on Netflix, so you can catch up on that.
Yes.
I think that's where those are the two right now where I was like, I really
want to see
those. Oh no, morning show.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't have Apple TV Plus.
Girl, okay, obviously I gotta just give you
She's like, look up, and she's holding out on your girl right now. Yeah, I need all the logins. Like, we're in quarantine for another 3 months. I have 3 months to catch up on all of this, honey. I can do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What are your shows?
Well, I mean, I need to go on the Schitt Creek thing. I can't even. I'm like, we just need to put put Schitt's Creek, the logo there, like how they did with the Emmys. So no, I'm not cursing at you all. I just need to watch the show. Like, I need to see what the hype is all about. I saw an episode or two and I said, okay. And I moved on. But let me go back and give it another shot.
A real go.
Yeah. Let me go down this creek. Oh my God, like that's the main thing. That is the main thing that I need to watch. So that's the one. That is the one, because everything else I at least have a flavor of. I've seen, like, you know, and really, really deserving. Which other?
Mrs. Mabel.
Oh yes.
And Miss America.
Yes. Oh yes. Yes.
Okay. I haven't seen anything.
I love
that
TV.
we just everything that won. I haven't seen it, so don't ask me if I've seen it. But I do know the actors and actresses that are in it. Okay.
Of course.
So I need to catch up on all my shows that were nominated for the Emmys tonight, you guys.
Yes.
But Akilah, if nothing else is on the agenda, honey, we have enjoyed our time with you guys tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed our set. I hope we can continue to do and love on you guys with all of this great creative juices that we're feeling. And Akilah, where can they find you on Instagram?
On Instagram.
Where can they find you on social?
Yes, literally on Instagram. Twitter, I'm starting on that too a little bit. But you know, yes, friends, you can find me at Akilah Friend with 2 F's, as you already know, on everything. Looking forward to just, you know, connecting with y'all. What about you?
And you can find me on Instagram as well at Ebony Chapman 12. And then please, you guys, do not forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share your favorite podcast, which is the Black Creators Club, at the Black Creators Club on everything. And you guys, we will see you guys next week.
Yes. Have a good night. Cheers.
Cheers.